They said I wouldn't make it. They laughed. They watched as I bled, broke, and bent under the pressure. But I'm still standing. You know what that feels like? To have the world stacked against you, everyone watching, waiting for you to fail. To feel the weight of expectations crushing you as if your every step is being judged by vultures ready to feast on your downfall. Do you know what it's like to carry the weight of the world? When the ones you trust turn their backs, and the ones you thought would support you are the first to root for your failure. When every battle feels like a war, every day a fight just to survive. Yeah, it's lonely, it's painful, and in those moments, you wonder if it's worth it. Is it? You've been beaten down, left for dead, stripped of everything you thought you had. You felt that sting in your chest when you realize no one believes in you. But here's the thing. That's where it all begins. That's where you find out who you really are. You think it's over. You think they've won. But trust me, you're just getting started. You think they wanted to see you quit. They wanted to see you fall. Now they'll watch you rise. You can feel the darkness swallowing you whole. It's cold. It's suffocating. The pain wraps around you like chains, pulling you deeper with every breath you take. The harder you struggle, the tighter they grip. You try to fight it, but it's like fighting a storm with your bare hands, useless. Ever feel like you're drowning, and the water just won't let you breathe? It's in the silence, in the moments when no one's around to hear your screams, when you're left alone with your own demons. The world moves on, oblivious to the war raging inside you. No one sees the battles you fight in the dark. No one hears the voice inside your head, telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough. But you keep moving. Why? Because you have no choice. Because in those silent moments when everyone else has turned their back on you, you realize something crucial. There's only one person who can save you from this hell. And that person is you. You've failed before. You've lost. You've fallen to your knees, too many times to count. But each time, something happened. The weight of failure. It didn't crush you. It only made you heavier. It made you stronger. Do you understand? Pain doesn't break you. It doesn't destroy you. It reshapes you. You bleed, you break, but you rise. It's the relentless push against the tide, the fight against the gravity pulling you down. You dig your nails into the earth and claw your way up, even when every part of you is screaming to let go. Because quitting, that's not an option. Not when you've been through hell and back. Not when every tear shed and every wound earned was a step closer to this moment. The moment when they realize, no matter how hard they push, no matter how much they want to see you fall, you're not going anywhere. There's a moment in every battle, a turning point. The moment you stop being the victim and start becoming the warrior. The moment you stop listening to the voices that tell you to give up, and you start listening to the one voice that matters, the one deep inside you whispering, keep going. And then it hits. You realize your power wasn't in being perfect. It wasn't in avoiding pain. It was in surviving. You're not a victim of the storm. You are the storm. Every bruise, every scar, they're badges of honor. Proof that you fought, that you stood your ground even when it seemed easier to lie down and let the world crush you. You've been broken, bent, betrayed. But you rise. Every time you fall, you get back up. Stronger, harder, relentless. I bleed, I break, but I rise. You know that saying? That what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? It's not some empty, overused line. It's a truth that cuts deep. They didn't want you to survive, they wanted you to quit, to crumble under the weight of your own doubts. But here you are, still standing. They never saw this coming. They thought the darkness would swallow you whole. But the darkness, it's the fuel that ignites your fire. It's the pressure that forges you into steel. And now they'll watch. They'll watch as you rise from the ashes, stronger than they ever imagined. And deep down they'll wish they hadn't underestimated you. They'll wish they hadn't counted you out. Because you didn't just survive, you thrived. You turned the pain into power, the doubt into determination. You're not just fighting for survival anymore. You're fighting to win. Strength isn't glamorous. It's not what you see in the movies, with warriors charging into battle surrounded by an army of supporters. Real strength? It's silent. It's lonely. It's the nights you spend fighting with yourself, battling the voices in your head that scream for you to quit. The world doesn't see it. No one knows the weight you carry when you're alone, trying to hold everything together, trying to hold yourself together. Sometimes, you wonder if you're just too broken to fix, if the scars you wear are too deep for anyone to understand. The pain you carry doesn't just fade. It stays with you in the silence, in the moments when no one is around to share your burden. And yet, you endure. Because that's what strength is. Not the loud, showy displays of power. It's the quiet perseverance. It's knowing that no one will hand you the victory. No one will cheer you on when you're fighting in the trenches. But you keep fighting anyway. The hardest battles are fought in isolation. You find out who you really are when the lights go out and the crowd disperses. It's just you against the world, and somehow you're still standing. Isn't that the real test? Because in the end, the strength that comes from loneliness is the strength that will never break. It's the strength you'll carry with you when everyone else has fallen. And when they're all gone, watching from the sidelines, you'll be the one left standing. The truth is, you'll never be the same after the battle. The scars aren't just wounds, they're proof of survival. Proof that you didn't back down. Proof that you stood in the face of everything that tried to break you, and you fought anyway. There's no easy way through the pain, no shortcut to healing. But you know what? That's okay. You don't need to be whole to keep going. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. The world will try to tell you that you're too broken, that the pieces of you that were shattered will never fit back together. But they're wrong. You are whole. Not because you've escaped the pain, but because you've learned to live with it. You've learned that strength isn't about avoiding the cracks. It's about finding beauty in them. The road won't be easy. Hell, it's going to be harder than anything you've ever faced. But that's the point. You weren't made to take the easy way out. You were made to rise, made to push forward when everything is telling you to quit. So let them doubt you. Let them think you're not strong enough. Let them watch. You have a fire inside you that they'll never understand. And that fire, it's what's going to carry you through. The world might not give you credit. Hell, it might never acknowledge the sacrifices you've made. But that doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that you keep going. And you will. You've been through hell. You've seen the darkest parts of yourself. And now you've come out the other side. Stronger. Unstoppable. A warrior. Pain may shape us, but it doesn't define us. You are not your scars. You are not the pain you've endured. You are the strength that's risen from it. So here's the challenge. Don't let the world decide who you are. Don't let anyone, no matter how loud their voices are, convince you that you're weak. You are made of something stronger than they can ever comprehend. And every time you rise from the ashes, you prove them wrong. If I can endure, so can you. They wanted to see me quit. They wanted to watch me fall. Now they'll watch me win. So fight. Fight because warriors never quit. Fight because you have a fire inside you that the world can't extinguish. Fight because you owe it to yourself to be the person they never thought you'd become. Fight because you have everything it takes to win. If you believe in fighting, in rising, and in refusing to quit, then subscribe now. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Join the movement, because warriors never fight alone. And when you subscribe, you're not just following, you're becoming part of the victory.